I do feel kind of bad for like kind of ragging on this game a bit. Like the person that's been making it's been off for like most of the year because I guess burnout and stuff like that were like entire year. And I, for quite a while I've been ragging on it because just like it loves to chew the scenery and stuff like that. And I just feel like between Let's Plays, I need a break instead of being like, I'm gonna go right back in to get to the next scene. And it's like, okay, here's gonna be another Let's Play of an entire, not much. But it's just like, I mean, it is an entire thing, you know? It's not, it's not a sprint to getting into something new, it's a marathon. But I don't know. Sorry about that, creator of the game, people who like it. It's not a bad game, but it's just like I've had my fill of it, but we still gotta keep going until we get to the end. Yeah, sorry for that diatribe. Anyways, hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix, of Sileo, Tales of a New Dawn. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can get it free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game and or get the newest version earlier, you can go there someplace where it's $5 a month. They don't have a Patreon anymore for a reason. I don't know. Anyways, on the last Let's Play, Jay went back into the club and the rag guy, whose name I'm forgetting, I get, again, while I do rag on this game, it does things really well, like being like, who's that character again? Um, Eric. Yeah, he was like, I was so scared about you and worried, and he was crying. And then, told him about this stuff, and it was like, I would go back to your place in Cuddle. And it's like, okay. It's like, he has such a vulnerable side and stuff like that. But, yeah. They're kind of growing closer and showing more sides of each other. And also, Glenn's like, hey, I am gonna stick with the band. He can post that, and I will sue him. Actually, didn't say anything about that, but he is staying with the band. So, reset face. Like, I wish more visual novels had this user interface so I could be like, who's that character? Right click, gallery, characters, bam. But no. What followed was a highly successful band practice. Even with a loose first run through the new song, it sounded incredible, and I couldn't help but tear up once more having heard it performed with full ensemble. We'd already had an exciting and eventful day thus far, but something told me the day still had a surprise or two left in store. Dot dot dot. And I had no idea how right it was. Also, if there's a woo, we're going to completely black the screen, but Before the two of us could return ties for the evening, I first requested that we make a brief stop by Diego's house, and informed Ty that the reason for this detour would be to grab my belongings, such as a toothbrush and a change of clothes, for the overnight stay. Question. Seventeen. Oh, yeah, I guess we did go to her place since then. I don't know. I was like, have we been hoboing for the entirety of a while now, or what? The part I left out, however, was that before all this recent chaos unfolded, I purchased Ty a gift of my own for his birthday, a gift that remained entirely forgotten until after the big day, but the gift I still hope to give, even if it was overdue. And so, having arrived at Diego's, I took a deep breath. Considering the previous night, I was at least a little concerned about the state I would find Diego in once I made my way into the living room, and as it happened, I was right to be worried. Naked or boozy, because he was dealing with alcoholism. Okay. I can see sausage there. Or at least balls. Uh-oh. Look at the loser who came back home tonight. What gives, huh? You had to be getting laid tonight, not coming back here. I sighed, stroking a woo, my furrowed brow with a miserable dismay. I don't even know what I expected. Were you even listening when I asked you to wear some clothes tonight? I was, but were you? I explicitly made no promises. Besides, what's the problem? You've seen it all before, right? Sure I have, but has Ty? What do you... Oh dear! A very good evening to you, Diego. Are you not feeling cold with that choice of attire? It's rather chilly tonight, I must say. What the fuck? Pizza box? I mean, howdy, hey, boss man. Wasn't expecting you. Well, this is certainly stating the obvious. Of course, Ty's timely arrival was no mere accident. The topic of Diego's nudity tonight before had been discussed between the two of us on the journey over, and of course, I had been listening when Diego made no promises to dress himself, and a detail I relayed to Ty during a conversation. Using this information, Ty concocted a most fiendish of schemes. He would follow me inside, only to hang back in the hallway until I gave the obvious cue. Either Diego would be dressed, and all would be well, or Diego would not be dressed, and would soon learn a harsh lesson in decency. Naturally, Diego had not been dressed. The confidence for which he had initially exposed himself dissolved in an instant once Ty's presence became known. I only hoped it would be enough to correct Diego's inappropriate behaviors in the future. Wait a second. Didn't you throw that pizza box out last night? I did. This is a different one. A different one? You mean to say you ordered a pizza again tonight? Sure did. Shit's delicious. Diego, you really must take better care of yourself. Eating pizza night after night cannot be doing you any favors. But this is where you're wrong. It's doing my wallet one hell of a favor. Cheap and filling. Is money an issue for you? Nah, not really. Then, your monetary excuse for eating so much pizza holds little weight. That ain't true. Just because I can afford to eat better doesn't mean I should. Diego, that's precisely why you should. What do you suggest I do? Whip up fancy-ass recipes here at home every night? That does not sound so bad, surely. It costs more money, takes more time, and I'd rather just be eating delicious-ass pizza instead. I work too hard. There are too many hours to even be bothered with that kind of shit. Oh, Diego, I do worry about you, you know. No need. I'm doing great. Diego, from now on, you're entitled to a free meal after every shift at work. Actually, forget that. You're entitled to a free meal after every night, even if it did not work. Whoa, you ain't serious, right? I was too taken aback by Ty's sudden and generous offer, though I would certainly get behind the spirit of the offer. I knew it was not something Ty would have offered were the subject to any sort of financial strain. To us, Adrian, do you have any objections? Nope. I trust you know what you're doing. And sometime away from all that pizza grease, it might do Diego some good. You can plan to extend the same. Do you plan to extend the same offer to Russell as well? Good thinking, my dear. It could hardly be fair if it were not. Hold a sec. There's gotta be a catch, right? Not exactly. So long as you pick a single meal from the main course menu, you can take advantage of this offer as much as you wish. After all, the unhealthiest main courses are vastly better than eating pizza every night. Hey! Oh man, this is awesome. Russell's gonna be so stoked when he finds out too. I really owe you one, Ty. Thanks heaps. It is our pleasure, my friend. So long as you're eating healthier meals, I can rest easy. Oh, now that I recall, this offer does come with one small condition. Oh yeah? Hit me. So long as you're sharing your home with guests, please make more of an effort to be decently dressed. No promises. I suppose you don't want free chicken parmesan every night after all. Whoa, there! Let's not be so hasty. Will you make an effort going forward? Fine. Damn it. You know me way too well. I'm a total sucker for thick, juicy primavera. And man, I'm gonna destroy some nat. Bemused, both Ty and I watched on as several slices of pizza fell from the box. Diego was using it to shield his dignity, though he did not truly have any dignity left at this stage. He peered downward with a mild look of heartbreak, no doubt in mourning for those brave few slices he'd lost. Oh, I hadn't finished eating this one yet. And once again, you are stating the obvious. Hey, so you saw it, right, Ty? My dick, I mean. It was difficult to miss, all out the open, as it was. Also, he doesn't have a huge, like, you slim him down a bit, he has a huge dick. Yeah, I guess you got a point there. And I guess there's no point in hiding it either. Oh, no, I did not suggest. Be free, my delicious, greasy friends. Diego, could you not have waited until Adrian and I had left? Nope, there are 2 more slices in here. I don't want them joining the others on the floor. Speaking of which, let me fetch a container for these delicious stray wedges of cheesy goodness. You still intend on eating them? After they've been on the floor for so long? Yeah, 5-second rule. It has been considerably more than 5 seconds, Diego. 5-minute rule then. It changes nothing, cause I'm gonna eat them. There are way worse things that can happen to a pizza, you know? Anyway, I'll be back in a jiffy. Sometimes I cannot help but worry about that boy. I feel you, Ty. I really do. At least, you found a way to get him to eat better. That's a victory in my eyes. Indeed. Baby steps, I suppose. It will make a man of him yet. I am sure we will. Anyway, the sooner we fetch my belongings, the sooner we can escape from Diego's never-ending stream of disappointments. Do you mind if I just bring my whole suitcase? Almost everything I need is already in there, so it's probably the easiest option. Easy sounds wonderful to me, dear. Would you like any assistance? No thanks. I already know where everything is, so this won't take more than a moment. Oh, and you know, maybe it would be best if you remained here to supervise. I thought it said surprise. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. But I can't read. It's been a long day. Not like a bad day, just, you know, I turned my audio up. Just work and then a bunch of exercising. It's the weekend now. Or it's Thursday, but I get every other Friday off. I fear you might have a point there, my love. I'll be seeing you shortly then. Yep, see you in a moment. Good luck and have fun. Yes, fun, of course. Following a brief stop along the way, during which I collected my toothbrush, shampoo, and other toiletries from the bathroom, I finally arrived in Diego's spare bedroom. I wonder what Americans call toiletries. Wasting no time, I promptly unzipped my suitcase and placed those items safely within. Next, I retrieved my phone charger, my deodorant, and a few other odds and ends that lay scattered in various positions throughout the room. Returned these to the safety of my suitcase as well. It was then that I reached my hand into the mesh netting under the underside of my suitcase lid, retrieving a slender metal cylinder from within, which I began to inspect closely. Sable red, tiger's bane, though, regrettably, this was the extent of what it said, doing little to disperse the mysteries surrounding the product. While the shopkeeper had attempted an explanation at the time of my purchase, I could not rightly say I fully understood a single thing about it. The only thing I knew for sure was that this product would have some kind of anew application, and given the trajectory of the day thus far, it seemed a sure thing there would ample opportunities later on to make use of such a mysterious item. I slipped the canister into my pocket before quickly taking an inventory of my belongings. From a brief glance, it seemed as though everything was in order, though it was hardly as though I had taken a list of everything I brought with me. I crossed my fingers that I wasn't forgetting anything as I closed my zips on my suitcase and lifted it onto its wheels, extending the handle. I then began rolling the suitcase behind me as I made my way as exit from the bedroom, switching off light at my departure. Click. He still hasn't put his clothes on. Just because your brother does doesn't mean you should have to, Diego. Oh, Sam's way worse than I am. He's double naked. Make no mistake. It's not an excuse. The sound of suitcase wheels rolling along the wooden hallway floor announced Adrian's arrival long before he even entered the room. His entire suitcase seemed like an awful lot for a single night stay. But hey, who was I to judge? I'm back. Sorry for the wait. Just what I'd miss. Diego here was just telling me all about his brother, Samson, who allegedly takes Diego's penchant for nudity to a whole new level. He so does. I visited home after I graduated, right? They all knew it was coming. So, I just arrived, right? And I was chatting with my dad, and Liz bro Isaac was in the kitchen, and Sans walks in wearing nothing but a pair of socks. And get this, he turns to me and is like, "Oh, Diego, what's up? Forgot you were coming." Only to carry on fetching himself a bowl of cereal with his dick hanging out like it was nothing. Worse yet, Isaac was only like 10 or so back then. Poor kid just tells me, that's normal. He doesn't wear clothes around the house. And you know what my damn dad tells me? You're getting some clothes on him. You try getting some clothes on him. I gave up a long time ago. Your point being, Diego? My point being, it could be worse. You guys are lucky to have me, and not Sam. I have a job. I own a house. He just lives at home with mom and dad, and smokes a fucking ton of pot. Oh, speaking of which, I was at the gym, and it's like, good God, you guys, you smell like pot. Because pot. So, don't go getting all judgmental and shit, just because I enjoy feeling the breeze on my nuts from time to time. At least it ain't all the time. Sometimes I feel like it is, though. Oh, shut your trap. He didn't seem all that upset when he joined you last night. Hey! Adrian, did you really? What else was I supposed to do? As long as Diego would put on any clothes on. At least, if we're both butt naked, it made things a little less awkward. Dear me, whatever will I do with the two of you? Don't include me in this. Come on, Ty. There ain't nothing wrong with a pair of Bessies hanging out with it all hanging out. I'll just have to take your word for that, Diego. Adrian, I take it you have ready to get moving? You have ready to... whatever. Yep, just say the word. Pah. What, ready to rail already? You just can't handle what real meat looks like. Oh, but quite on the contrary, my dear. Adrian and I have a long night ahead of us involving plenty of real meat of our own. The sooner we get going, the sooner we can get started. Whoa, things got real good here all of a sudden. They sure did. Are you jealous, Diego? Psh, you wish. I've got a cozy night planned with a whole new season of Hotline Himbo to catch up on. If anything, you guys are the ones missing out. Of course, of course. How foolish that would think otherwise. Shall we, Adrian? Yep, let's go. See you, Diego. Have fun with your gay TV show. Have a good night. Farewell. Later, homos. Enjoy your gay-ass sword fighting or whatever. Try to watch out for butt babies. Oh, don't you worry. We will. And just like that, I was alone again, almost as though they had never been here to begin with, except I knew they had been, and now I also knew the kind of mischief they were planning to get up to later. Fucking damn it. Yeah, okay, I admit, I was a little jealous, okay? A lot jealous. The mere thought was accompanied by all manner of weird and wonderful mental imagery, all of which I carefully and meticulously saved to the fat bank for later. Let's face it, I knew it was gonna be me and the hand, just like it always was, right? I guess it was kind of restless. I hadn't seen any real action in months, not since Kyrex and I had last done the deed. Ugh. That was a long time ago. Too long, I'd say. And I was in dire need of change pace. You know, something other than my damn right hand for a change. The left one, that's a solution. It was as though they reminded me of the app they had installed on my phone a short while ago. It was a cruising app, you know? The sorts of connections, like-minded guys, so they can mutually take care of their needs. I was never the type to do that sort of thing, but I had grown curious in a prior moment of weakness. It's on the app, but never actually using it. I felt kind of like a sleaze, but desperate times call for desperate measures, right? At this rate, I'd be getting cobwebs down there, and it do be like that. And I didn't want to be jerking off as usual like Adrian was out there taking, while Adrian out there was taking fat woo. Damn it. I said to myself, in disappointment, I couldn't believe what I was about to do. For fuck's sake, it's like this game's like, hey, you know what make it longer if we do the perspective of all the other characters? Fuck it. I retrieved my phone from my pocket. You have a pocket? You were naked. And located the app along my disorganized collection of mismatched screens. Once I found it, I fired it up. Seconds later, a grid appeared, populated by guys who were in proximity to me. I expected I wouldn't be the only loser looking for a quick lay on the otherwise unassuming Tuesday night. I found myself surprised, all the same, by an unexpectedly sizable selection. Despite that, it was the profile closest to me, a mere few hundred meters away, that catch my focus. There was no photo attached, but there was a bio, along with some other information, which I began to read. Best fuck of your life, guaranteed. Top only. Can't host, can't travel. Not fussy. Hit me up. Or, yeah. Guaranteed, huh? Now, I was curious. Would he mind that I was all flabby and shit? His profile did say he wasn't fussy. 20 years old. 5 feet, 4 inches tall. 56 kilograms. A little guy. Though too old to be Axel. And thank fuck for that. I wonder if it might be that one guy. Glenn? Continued to gaze at the profile for a long time as my heart began to beat loudly in my chest. Man, I felt so pathetic. But this was a little better alternative to jerking off every other damn night. I wanted to be having fun too, damn it. And thankfully, for me, it seemed as though this guy was exactly the same mind. I would happily be the bottom of the night, especially if it was the best ooh of my life, like he promised. Fuck it. I caved beneath my self-inflicted pressure, tapping the comprised message button and starting greeting, intended for that one specific profile, whose name curiously read Mr. Plow. Oh, it's the rat guy. Mr. Plow, that's my name. That name again is Mr. Plow. Well, here we are again. Welcome, my love. Please, make yourself at home. I'll change into something more comfortable. Here, allow me to take your suitcase to the bedroom with me. The boudoir? Thanks, Ty. Ty promptly vanished down the hallway with my suitcase in tow as I got myself settled in the comfortable on the living room sofa, waiting his return. Though I already visited Ty's abode once already that day, the attendant had been under far less ideal circumstances. This was the first visit today in which I would be able to take a load off Ulu and relax, and after the day we had, some time off seemed rather overdue. I peered out of the living room windows into the yard beyond and watched as the rain buckled down from the stormy skies above. When the two of us had arrived at Diego's, the once clear evening skies had filled with ominous dark clouds. In minutes of our departure, the heavens would open up wide, signaling the beginning of a storm in which we found ourselves now. Luckily, it was warm and dry here in Ty's beautiful home. For a time, I'd feared it would never again set foot in these four walls, never again lounge this comfortable, upmarket furniture, never again enjoy this wonderful company, his wonderful company, feel the warmth of its tender, loving embrace. Thankfully, that horrible outcome would not come to pass, and I would not resist breaking into a broad smile, ecstatic that everything had worked for the best. It truly was the best result I could have ever hoped for. I apologize for keeping you waiting, my love. Only a tank top? Aren't you cold? Not as cold as Diego must have been, that's for sure. But fear not, my dear, for my choice of attire takes a roaring fire into consideration. And that said, one moment, please. Ty approached the fireplace and retrieved a box of matches from atop the mantelpiece. With a door ajar, I noticed a fresh wood had already been loaded within. It seemed as though Ty was well prepared. There we have it, my love. None shall want for warmth within these walls. That is a promise. And should the heating fail and the fire refuse to light, there will always be the warmth of my embrace. Oh, wow. That's all kinds of corny. I love it. Though, if I'm honest, I'd trade the fire and central heating for that source of warmth any day. I had anticipated such a response. Thankfully, you will not have to make that sacrifice. You'll have all three sources of comfort at your disposal this evening. Now then, it was exactly 10 days ago that we last shared an evening here. The last time was the night of the festival. Do you recall what we did following our arrival? As if I could forget. I was walking a little funny the following day. And definitely a sign of a night well spent, no? Well, I suspect this evening will be a repeat of many events that transpired that day. It only makes sense that we start at the beginning, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe it began with a toast to a successful day and to us. I'd like to request that we do the same this evening, for I believe another celebration is in order, and I have the perfect beverage in mind for such an occasion. You do? Well then, bring it on. I'd be honored to share a drink with you. I'm delighted to hear that, my love. It will be but a moment. Even though it's a bit premature, I feel like there's a thing, and we've had long Let's Plays of this game, so having a bit shorter one by, 3 minutes and a bit, isn't, ain't gonna break the bank. Even though, if I had all the time and stuff in the world, I would do, longer ones, so that we could just, make, stuff. Anyways, that's gonna be the end of this Let's Play. So comment, cause I like comments, tell me what you like, dislike, tips, tricks, otherwise. If you like my YouTube and would like to see it grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out the videos type of grow, and please relay new your animals to help control the pet population. And if you don't play this game, it's available free on itch.io. And our completely... Oop, nope. Sileo. There we go. What is that? Bit Defender. I don't know. You can get, the most recent version's out for free, I think. Yeah. Anyways, until next time. Who's this kangaroo guy that we've never seen before? Except here. Where is he? We've done all the routes except for the rest of Ty's route. He's just gonna come in and be like, hi! I'm gonna tell... Oh, it does have him on day 19. Well, who the fuck is that guy? What does he have to give to the story at the very end? Like, the last day or second to last day, which could, last for, 20 years? I don't know. Anyway, spay near your animals, and until next time, me, GamerWolfSix, of Sileo, Tales of It's Gonna Take Forever. Thanks, see ya.